I get a ship. November 19 is the United Nations World Toilet Day. You need to give a shit too. Most of the world does not enjoy the sanitation and convenience of a proper toilet. People without access to indoor plumbing defecate wherever they can, ideally in a pit latrine that we might call an outhouse or a portable toilet. And that's if there is one. But often, people are forced to defecate somewhere in an open field or a canal or a ditch or a river or anywhere. This leads to a shitload of diseases such as typhoid, cholera, and dysentery. 750 million children die worldwide from diarrhea alone each year. This cannot stand. Hi, I'm Alan Stokel, and this episode is being posted on 4 of my channels because of the importance to all of us, and especially to those in the boating community. This is now a global sanitation crisis. 4.2 billion people live without safely managed sanitation. More than half the global population worldwide, 673 million people, still practice open defecation. Globally, at least 2 billion people use a drinking water source contaminated with feces. Inadequate sanitation is estimated to cause 432,000 diarrheal deaths every year and is a major factor in diseases such as intestinal worms and trachoma, a disease causing blindness. Children under the age of 5 living in countries affected by protracted conflict are on average nearly 20 times more likely to die from diarrheal diseases caused by a lack of safe drinking water, sanitation, and hygiene than by violence, according to the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. In India, 500 million rural Indians practice open defecation. Jean Chamberlain Froese, an obstetrician, once told a UN conference in New York via video phone that her East African hospital did not have one toilet for 4,800 expectant mothers they see every year. Not one toilet. Billionaires Bill and Melinda Gates are partnering with scientists and universities and have spent $200 million on a solution. It's the waterless toilet. Here's a shot of Gates at the World Toilet Expo in Beijing last November, standing at the podium holding a jar of feces. Some 10 million viruses are inside. One particular waterless toilet style, a nano-membraned toilet, shows some promise. It's a standalone toilet that dry flushes, burns feces to an ash, and purifies urine enough to allow it to be used for watering crops or cleaning livestock. The UN started World Toilet Day in 2013. Now over 40 countries participate with walks and runs, no joke, and social media campaigns, and of course, toilet cleaning programs. Please subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and remember to do your bit on November 19th to save lives.
I want to talk to you today about toilets. In rich countries, you just take the toilet for granted. It's magical that there's a sewer system bringing water in, taking away the waste, and it all gets cleaned up in a processing plant. However, for the poorest 2.5 billion in the world, they don't have this. It's unaffordable. We can't build that for everyone in the world. Some of the poorest, their toilet may look like this, a pit latrine. The waste here is not processed. It's still gonna get out into the community. They smell terrible. But everybody should have great sanitation. A toilet in their house that is comfortable and doesn't smell awful. Not only is a toilet make your life comfortable, getting rid of that waste is key to human health. It's unprocessed waste that causes most of the diarrheal diseases. It ends up with lots of kids being malnourished. So how do we solve this? Well, some scientists that I work with said that we should challenge the world to come up with a way of taking the waste and processing it locally. We call this the program to reinvent the toilet. Several reinvented toilets are being tested right now in Durban, South Africa. Durban's a good place to run these tests because the city is growing fast and many people there don't have modern sanitation, which means that even if they have access to a toilet, the waste can get into the environment and make people sick. A typical toilet needs water, but many of the new approaches don't require any water at all. Some of them don't need electricity either. Others run on solar power. All of them remove the pathogens from the waste, and most importantly, they don't have to be connected to the city sewer system. I'm optimistic that eventually we'll find approaches that make great sanitation available to everyone.